Hello! So welcome to the first race of 2019. As you can see, we're picking up where we left off, which is late in assembly. And that's not for any particular reason apart from we were sitting back waiting to try decide what tyres we were going to put on exactly, because the weather was doing all sorts of weird stuff. 1 minute was pissing it down, next minute was sleeting, next minute the sun was out and there's a dry line coming, so who knows. But anyway, I thought I'd just talk over this a little bit because there's quite a few gaps in it, so I thought I'd just try something and fill in the gaps and see how that works out.
Okay, Jesus H. Christ. I was all in time for Quali, but almost missed this race. Lining up, messing around. It's wet. Okay. Sit rep. I don't know. Where are we sitting? We're in 5th. I thought I was 6th. Who knows what's going on? Didn't get any good laps in Quali. Slip sliding around, scrubbing in new tyres. Now we're on wet, so that was pointless. But let's see how we go. Hands clips. So we'll have, because it's wet and Quali was dry, we'll have 2 green flag laps to familiarise ourselves. As you can see, there's a lot of Peugeots in front of us. They've dropped in front. The blue one's joining us this year, which is awesome. Very fast 106. And these 205s from the Castle Combe Hot Hatch series. Again, massively experienced racers over there. So, it should be exactly what we're looking for, which is an exciting race. Oh no, and now my wipers have stopped working. You're kidding me! Oh no, I just flicked off the ignition switch. Make sure nothing else is kicked off. Fire extinguisher on. Jesus, that's how last minute everything is. Fucking hell. So we were sitting in the paddock trying to guess the weather. Just as we were about to say, let's stay on dries, the rain came out, and now the rain is gone again, so he's on dries, he's on dries, he's on wet. I don't know what that guy is. So it's going to be quite exciting. See if we can. We're going to have to work quite hard at the start to see if we can make a break with the guy on the wets before the circuit dries up. I think the start's going to be all about rolling away quickly into second and just keeping the traction, hopefully. Soften off the dampers all round. Oh, nice crunch. So apparently that BMW is going to get a good start. Okay, there's a lock-up point. It looks like Gary Preble in the red 205 has dropped out. There's no grip out there.
Yeah, so I'm just using these green flag laps to try and find the basic grip levels for when the wheels lock under brakes and where extra slippery lines are going to be. So it's just sort of about exploring what the circuit feels like.
Car's still pulling to the left. So it's got to be. It's only happens when the torque is applied to the wheel in drive, so it's got to be the diff. There's nothing left. Jeffel drive shafts, both of which are very expensive things to try new versions of. Okay, there's no grip there. So, super easy on the first few laps. It must be the diff because the car feels tighter turning to the right. Yeah, this is all going to be about feeling tippy-toe where the grip is. So. Should we start off in a second? It's a bit foggy, so I can't really see too much behind me. This isn't exactly the start that I would have liked season-wise. I mean, in terms of the rush, week off work, prepping the car, everything else. Car's not 100% fixed in terms of the pull, which annoys me. Start second.
Brands isn't the easiest place to get away from on the start line anyway, especially not on the wet. So second gear, we're just going to roll it.
Let's try and make a break.
Well, that worked pretty well. Like first lap's just super conservative and a bit too much wheel spin.
Just feel the grip.
So the next few laps are just about sort of trying different lines. Trying to find there's a thumbs up for the awesome start I got from the pit wall. Yeah, so just trying to find the grip around different lines, inside, outside, dry, wet lines. End of first lap, I think we were 3.5 seconds ahead of everyone else already.
Bit of cadence braking there. It's quite slippery.
Yeah, so when it locks up, you got to get on and off the brakes. A rudimentary or crap version of ABS.
Try exit tight and get a drive.
Yeah, so the first lap I ran around the outside of this corner, see if there's grip. Second lap I take more of a dry line to open it up and see if there's grip there. I don't know what I decided on.
Bit more rear bias. Yellow flags, low down extra. Might be fluids or something.
Yeah, so in the wet you can't transfer as much weight onto the front axle, so just bump the bias towards the rear a bit because they can help out a bit more with a bit more braking effort.
Whoops.
Those Saxos, it's like they set them up so front bias that in the wet they just look a nightmare to drive. I've seen some on boards from this particular race and they look impossible to keep on the circuit yet and try and get around it quickly. The rake they have on them is insane, literally. The rear is like 6 foot in the air to get as much weight on the front end to get them to turn in the dry, I assume. It does make life a bit difficult in the wet. I don't know what tyres they were on. here, so holding a really tight exit to try to stay off the rubber.
A little bit loose anyway. So, get a bit more confidence in the car. Woo. Some of these corners are just sketch. Hold a gear high. Just run the outside and find the grip. No grip, feathering the throttle. Slow shifts. We're drifting. There we go. Top. Get the grip.
You can hear the diff scrabbling there.
You might see me swapping from right to left because, I'll be honest, my left foot sensitivity isn't as good as my right foot. I've always grown up shifting a gear, so it's just how much time I've spent on my right foot. But once I'm sort of mid-corner, if I'm just literally trailing a brake just to tighten the rear line up a bit, then it's not so bad. But I ain't no left foot hero. And funnily enough, I was listening to the Speed Secrets podcast a couple of days ago, and they were discussing how Audi designed the cockpit, or at least the pedal layout, to be counterproductive for left foot braking, because they found that they could get an extra lap out of the car if they forced everyone to brake with their right foot, because there's no overlap on the brakes.
Now, if you didn't get that, I was talking about the Audi Le Mans program. My brain farts aren't as descriptive or as complete as I would have liked. It's a problem. My attention keeps getting drawn away to other things on the circuit sometimes. I'm just waiting for a clear shot past this guy. So we're pulling out about 3 seconds a lap at the moment.
So it's starting to dry out a bit. I can feel the tyres starting to slip away, so
this is what we were worried about, the sun coming out starting to dry things and the wet tyres getting a bit of a hammering, so that was the decision we were trying to make.
let's not risk anything silly, get a good drive. Brake discs are a little bit juddery, but that's because they're the same ones from last season, and it's a bit of an emergency do to get these Dixel UK, TyreQ, who are the holding company, got me a set of pads in double quick time, and they usually have to be imported from Japan, so hugely thankful for that, meaning I could actually make this race, because we are due a brake and caliper upgrade, but unfortunately it wasn't ready in time, and I wasn't planning on running these.
Yeah, so again, to complete my own sentences, I wasn't planning on running the original setup, so I didn't buy discs, I didn't buy pads. We were hoping for the new setup, and unfortunately they didn't come, so we had to get express to us, literally they were sent to the circuit for the day that we arrived. It was insane.
The Preble's out. Starting to drive around here? Not really. Have to wait a lot on the throttle.
I hope you guys don't mind me talking bollocks over me talking bollocks on the video. I mean, I guess it's like porridge, like a double portion of bollocks helps keep you fuller and warmer. throughout the day. Does it? I don't know what I'm talking about.
I really thought we were in for a bit of a tough race, but I think that start killed it. And when they all get caught up fighting, and I'm in effectively clean space, it's very difficult to catch up. Still not cracked the minute mark, and I don't think we're going to. Brakes are juddering a bit, which means in the dry, if the race is dry, it's going to be very juddery, so I might stick on a new set of discs. Vipers? Oh, it's starting to rain again, that's bet for us. Oh, Anthony and his app was pretty spot on with the rain forecast. He did say it was going to rain about 1, which was part way into our race, so we might be at that point now.
Well, Ant was watching the radar footage, and he was a bit of a wizard on it. He got it pretty much spot on every time. 2 trailer park girls go.
Around the outside.
Hey.
How many more laps we got? Thank you, sir.
I tell you, when you're inside the car, it doesn't feel like you stop talking for that long, like maybe like 10 seconds or something. Sometimes it's like 30 seconds or a whole lap. Oh.
Yep, it's getting slipperier.
Slipperier?
Better start slowing down.
What language is slipperier? That's not English. I think the rain starts coming down a lot heavier, quite short-ish. Yeah, and I think it starts sleeting actually. Yeah, it's getting a bit slippery.
Yeah, I think I got to slow down a bit. I've got enough of a lead not to chuck it away. I don't even know where the other guys are.
I think by around this point they're about almost 30 seconds behind. I was quite disappointed in that, to be honest. I was really hoping it'd be a lot closer.
Thank you. It's sleeting as well. Who would have thought? Spring. First race, perhaps that's just normally absolutely storming weather. How many more laps? Jesus Christ. I can't see shit because of the sleet.
It was weird. The morning we woke up was absolutely freezing, and you know we're well into spring, and the weather is just well, you can see, freezing cold, sleet. I mean, snow and hail at one point, or more hail and sleet actually, which is weird. Brands, the first race of the year, Brands is always normally like high 20s. Last year we were well into the 30s. And everyone's practically naked in the paddock.
I don't know if you noticed, but my shifter is literally falling apart. The ball pivot is loose by about like, I don't know, 2-3 millimeters. So I gotta have a look at that in the next break between races. Come on, give me a flag! Last lap, okay.
Oh, we're on the last lap already. It's a lot quicker when you watch it back. Or, actually, when you're talking crap over the top of it. So much for taking it easy on the last lap. We won by 29 point something seconds, but you can see here I'm waiting behind this guy quite a lot.
I'll let this guy get an extra lap.
And I was going to give him, you know, his extra lap, but I don't. It was such a long way to the line at that speed. I just couldn't wait.
Oh, maybe not.
Now, I'm overjoyed, not necessarily because we won, well, obviously I am, but because the prep was so late and we were so unprepared. So I'm just really happy we got that result, and yeah, everything just worked out for once. So when I was cheering, I was going past my my family was standing in the paddock, the grandstands, watching. So I always give them a good old wave going past. And funnily enough, last year, they actually said like some random guy. Like, I think we won last year by quite a lot as well. Some guy was not happy in the paddock, and he was wishing us to stick it into a wall, which I thought was really nice of him. It's nothing like the sporting spirit, is there? Motorsport brings out the best in people. So yeah, just rolling into Parc Fermé now. I got pulled over for ages, and they put me on the weighbridge, and it took ages, like so long, trying to find out if my tyres were legal or not. They're just standard road tyres, but they have to be on a list, a published list to say whether they are or not. If they're not on the list, then they're not legal. And they weren't on the list that they had. I think they just had an old blue book. So when someone decided eventually to go onto the internet and look at the updated list, they were on there. So everything was legit and fine. But anyway, I'm not signing off here on the video, so I'm going to sign off on the dub, and catch you guys later. Cheers for watching.